Hey folks, another video where I do a daily target from the past or from CSS Battle, CSSBattle.dev. We have daily targets from the February the 18th, 19th, and 20th of 2024. Let's get right to it. This is such a devilishly interesting one, and this is one I feel like I've done many times. Well, not many times, or at least not 100% matches. Let's say we do that. So I've done it a few times. It's not too bad. But one where I feel like I've thought about what the right way to do this a lot of times. So var, what I want to do is two elements. One is on top of the other, and the question is what's different about each one. So I want to do what's underneath first, right? So one is the light pink version and the one is the red version, which is very similar, but is on top of the other. So let's see what we need to do that. And to do this, we're going to set a background of this color and then set some margin, 40, 60. All right, so what margins do we need to put that right over top? 90, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82. I think that's correct. And then a width. Okay. So again, our point is to do as little code as possible. We do have a fair amount of stuff that we want to do. Let's do a radial gradient to start with. Circle. And we're just going to let things bleed through. 0, 0, transparent middle. Probably 40 pixels. And then a color. 0. And the question is, can we have this repeat? I don't think we, okay, so I think we need two of them. Yes, we need two of them. So let's do that. 0 and then 50 pixels. And then transparent again. Okay, so that's not thick enough. So is it 50? No, that inner looks right. So let's make it 60. All right, so where do we put that? We put that at 0, 0, or do we need to give a width? 0, 0. 120 pixels, 120 pixels. And then that repeats, and it repeats on a not great basis. So no repeat, or repeat Y. So one thing that I don't think I was doing. All right, so this is our first one, and let's turn this into a variable. So we say our pink circle is this one. So now we can say var dash dash p is that, and then we do another one, var dash dash p, there it is, and then we move it over. Or actually, can we just do var dash dash p and then do like that? Oh, I like that even better. Yeah, that's far easier. 40, 50. Okay. Yeah, that's less code. Var dash dash p, and then the second one. So we're gonna have to cover it anyway. And I believe we could do that pretty straightforwardly. So var dash dash p, and then this one would be like 10 pixels, 20, 30, 40, 50. There it is. Okay, so that's how we get that. And then we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it anyway. All right, so that's our start. So we need a second one. And then we're going to address that with this. So our margins need to be negative to 210, and that covers it perfectly. So now we do a background. Now we need a slightly more complicated background. And I think it's radial gradient at what, 50 pixels, comma, transparent, 40 pixels, and then red. Oh, and actually it's actually at the bottom, so it's at sorry, 50%, 100%, 50, 40, 60 pixels, 0, 60 pixels, and then transparent. Don't put a period where it should be comma. Okay, so there is. That's the shape we want, and we're going to put that in place by doing what, minus 40 pixels, minus 50 pixels, and then another minus 50 pixels, maybe minus 60. There we go. 70, 60. Okay, so that's that one. And we can't use another one. Again, there's so many choices here. There may be, because of the way the pink and the red interact, I don't know that there's anything. It's going to be complicated, but it's possible I'm underthinking how this works. Okay, so the next radial gradient is a circle. And this one is at 0. 50%, and then it's all these same things, and come to think of it, that could be our variable. So let's say --z is this color set. I believe that will work. Not seeing it, but let's nuke this and then see. There we go. So yes, that will work. So let's do another one. Radial gradient. Circle at, and this one is this bottom part of the circle, so that's at 50%, 0, var z. There it is, and then we need to move it over. 100 pixels, 50 pixels, and then down 50 pixels, down 60 pixels. All right, so that's pretty good. So now we have 2 more circles we need to make, 2 little nubs of circles. And the question is, is there any other way to do this? I believe what we need is then a radial gradient. We just need 2 more radial gradients, I think. So circle, and it's red, transparent, and it's a 10 pixel, so you can't see that, but we do minus 100 pixels or plus 100 pixels, and there it is. So boom. And then we do a very, very, very similar one with pink, the light pink, and that's minus 100. And that's all the parts. It is a complicated shape. It is a complicated set of shapes. Yeah, very interesting problem. Minify, looks good. Resubmit, and that is the solution to that one. I bet there are some really creative ones there. I believe the first time I did this, I did it with clip paths, like I did circle, circle, and then cut out parts of them. And this is, setting gradients as max, and that's a better score than I've got in the past. So I won't overthink it. That's fun. All right. Okay. So here I kind of have a wacky idea on this one. What I would like to do is use the same background on the body as on an element. And so here's my idea. I'm going to do a linear gradient of 45 degrees. That's, and I guess it's what, minus, or that's 135 maybe? Pink, and then purple. I guess it's minus 135. Yeah, minus 135 degrees. Let's do 50%, or 50 pixels, and then 0. And then do 100, 120, 130, 140, 50, 60, 70. All right, that angle's wrong. How about 130? A little better. 28. A little better. 139. 27. 28, 29, that's close. 88, that is close. Okay, and then so my idea is for this other element, I'm going to put margins on it that are 0 or minus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, and then I'm going to give it a width. The width is going to be, or the height is going to be 300, and the width is going to be half the width, 200, and I'm going to put the same background on it. So if I call this what I would like to see is this to be just that, and then I'm going to flop it. So scale -1, scale 1 -1 1. Like that. Okay, so in so doing, I can use the same background, and that is symmetrical, so I'm happy with that. So let's adjust that angle. 8, that's worse. 9, 0.1, 0.2. Let's make that a little bit less. 7, 6. All right, so 120, 130, 29. 3, 4, 5, 8.8, 7. All right. So interestingly, it doesn't feel like it's behaving exactly the same on the other side, and that's very, because I haven't done that yet. Okay, so let's make this a variable. --b is this silly background. Bar -b, and then same background here. And then set some color stops. So we got the light pink, then the dark pink, light pink, dark pink, and then we need both of those again. And interestingly, it's not behaving exactly the same. I think because it's got more room to grow on the body. So yeah, that's why that's a slightly, even though it's the same gradient, it's interpolating in different ways. So if we give them numbers, they'll be identical. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay, 2 to 10, 20. Close. Let's go to 40 pixels and then another color stop. And then 250, 60, 70, 65. Great. 221, 218. All right, let's submit that and see if my idea is sort of working. That's 99.8%. Not quite good enough. Let's submit that. Certainly it's close. The other alternative is to use, so that's 99.9%. The alternative is to do like clip pass or a conic gradient or several conic gradients. But I'm very curious to see if we can get this rolling. So I'm just going to adjust these numbers a little bit more. The contrast between the colors is strong. That is 100% match, and we're going to take it and get the heck out of here, because that is definitely one that's tricky and has the potential to be very, very difficult to match. But we did match it, and that is a better score than I've got in the past, so I'm happy with that too. All right, next. Intriguing shape. So it's boxes. The question is, which boxes are they? Let's put the dark background on the dark, and then let's create a box. I think the box that we make, so actually I want to make the inner box first, and then I'll do this vertical line and this main box after. So what's that look like? I think what it looks like is I'm going to remove the element and go bottom to top. So the next part is a conic gradient to get the big red box in the background. It might even be half the size. It's probably not half the size, but we're going to find out. Conic gradient. All right. Sorry for the interruptions. We were going to do a conic gradient that starts with the dark and goes to the light. And then we're going to move that over. And then move that down. And then create an at value. And I think right now the default is 50%, 50%. And then move that down further, 6, 7, 6, 65, 66, 67. Probably a pixel value would be good, 200 pixels, yeah, there we go. So that's the first part. The next part is a linear gradient that's on top of that. And that's transparent. And then dark. And then that's at 0. And it's got a width of probably 210 pixels, something like that. And it's at 90 degrees. Because that's going to stop. So to 220 degrees. There it is. All right, so 80%. 0. How about 70? 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 82%. Okay, so that's the second piece. So let's put our paragraph tag back, and then let's adjust our margins. 50, 0. Looks like that. Let's put a border on this border. Border. 30 pixels solid. This color. And then we're going to use margins to move that in. Oh, and then I guess we need to give the proper middle color. Great. 50, 70, 80, 90. More margin, 100. It's 90, 120, 130, 132, and less height, 60, 60, and there it is. We might have an issue with this gradient, maybe. Let's find out. I don't think we're at 100%, but I hope we are. 99.9%. Okay, so the problem is definitely this linear gradient that's over top. All right, that looks better. Resubmit. And that is a 100% solution. We unit replace and we minify, and then our a little bit of an issue there with the minification. Trim off a few more characters. So again, conic gradient to get the background, linear gradient to give this vertical line, and then it's a red box with a dark border. Pretty good. Pretty good, pretty fun solution there. So once again, that is the 18th, 19th, and 20th of February 2024. A fun set of battles there. Have a great day. Make something cool with the web today. It's worth your time. The web is really terrific. All right. Have a great day. Bye.